Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. How you doing?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning to you too.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. This is Dave,
And this is Mark.
and we're having a little interview.
Yes, we are.
We're talking about local music, the Austin music scene, and you were telling me that psychedelic music is not maybe the best term to describe the style of music we've just been hearing.
You know, it's so, I wouldn't say it's the worst way to describe it either.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can just all get caught up in genre. But, we can get caught up in genres, but in a way that's how we all can relate to the music at the time because that's what's happening. So, but as an artist, you feel like, I've noticed when, I don't know, certain artists are called a certain thing, they're like, why? Why do you think my music is like that? It's more of a, well, I wasn't going for that kind of thing, like,
Yeah.
and like I was kind of saying earlier, I might repeat myself, but genres really are so loose. We'll call anything we want to, and as long as it spreads, it's a language thing, It's almost a language barrier between music and English.
Mm-hmm.
Just, because psychedelic is a pretty English word right now. I don't know if it translates into other languages completely if you call it psychedelic.
Do you feel like everyone could respond to the music?
I think so, definitely. I think it's beyond just being a genre. I think but in a way we have to do that to be able to differentiate between the movements of history. We do it with art, like we call it like Art Greco or like the Renaissance, and it describes a time period. And in a way, like, I think that's what music is. Those genres are developing timelines in a way, but sometimes I feel like sometimes necessarily they won't stick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've heard bands be called 60s revival music. And when I heard that term, I was like, well, that's not fair. Like, it maybe have some 60s influence, but like, so does everything.
Who would be defined like that? Like Clearwater or something like that?
Well, they were 60s, 60s revival music. Well, I remember bands like Brian Jonestown Massacre being described like that in the early 2000s.
Okay.
And they were also described as, psychedelic, because they are. I guess psychedelic, I don't exactly personally understand the term or any term, like what makes it that. And maybe they are valid, and I'm just being a stubborn artist, being like, no, I'm not that. Like, I'm gonna be something else. Or, but yeah, it's a thing where I guess it's an artist's ego thing where you don't want to feel pigeonholed. But for the general populace, we kind of need that. So it's kind of a double-edged sword in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but as far as describing, I guess going back to the psychedelic thing, yes, this could be described as psychedelic. More than other types of music, because I guess what makes it that is the feeling it gives you, possibly, more than what the instruments are doing, or maybe it's partly what the instruments are doing, the sounds that it's creating, the recording style. Annabelle Chairlegs has been described as psychedelic very often, and I gotta admit, we're just like scratching our heads about it a little bit, but we also understand and embrace it in a way, because you meet people you meet other bands like you, and how it feels similarly to you,
Right.
Yeah. And in a way, it gives people opportunity to maybe genres are important because, you know, it's a way to find the music you like. Bands that sound similarly, maybe not obviously not exactly the same, hopefully not exactly the same, actually, but it's a way for people to search and find what they like. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think we have a little bit better understanding of the issues with trying to define music, and maybe what would be your opinion as to like how we could describe this music other than psychedelic? Like what would you say are like the most characteristic?
See that, and then that's the kicker. It's like I wouldn't completely know how to describe the music. You know, when people say, "What kind of music do you play?" I just kind of put my shoulders up and I go, "Rock and roll."